will aware, know, and record everything that we all do. I bear witness there is no creator except Allah, the one and only, with no partners, the Almighty and the sure truth. I bear witness that Muhammad, peace be upon him, is a servant and messenger of Allah. We send regard and blessings to Abu Bakr, Osman and Abu Bakr, Umar, and Osman and Ali, and all the righteous companions who followed them with goodness to the day of judgment, my dear brothers and sisters. Our talk, inshallah, today about three advices, three characteristics from the Prophet Muhammad, peace be upon him, for the sake of goodness of societies, individuals, and groups. It was narrated by Imam Bukhari in his Sahih on the authority of Ammar ibn Yasir, may God be pleased with him, that he said, three characteristics, whoever possesses them, he collectively gain iman, gain faith. One, being just to himself and others. Two, spreading and establishing peace among humanity. And three, spending in the path of Allah while in need or have limited resources. This advice was narrated by Imam al-Bazzar and others on the authority of Ammar, that the Prophet Muhammad, peace be upon him, commanded these advice and these characteristics. The scholar said the Prophet Muhammad word encompassed all root of goodness and its branches. These three words encompass all the roots. Imagine a tree with strong foundation of roots and branches that hold it strong, facing all adversity. These three commands justify and actually accomplish that. These commands are justice, peace, and placing others before yourself. These are principles if Muslim collectively possess them in his manner and his conduct, he would have perfected his faith. Peace, justice, and placing others before his own. And if a society can establish these three pieces collectively, they will be protected from trials, harm, calamity, and become a source of all goodness as a society, not just for itself, but for others. The backbone of all this goodness, and this ultimate goodness, is justice. And when we talk about justice, we talk about justice between you and your Creator, between justice with others, between justice to your own self. Justice which is exclusive in what you say and what you do. Our faith is about accomplishing and doing and putting into action everything that we believe and everything that we declare that we belong to. Not just talk, saying, and deeds. As Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala commanded mankind to be just in delivering both. This is what Allah commands. Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala said in Surah Al-An'am, what can be translated, whenever you speak justly, even if it is near relative is concerned. Being just is the way of Allah and the way He commanded. Mandate the servant to fulfill all his responsibility toward Allah, the Almighty, complete and thorough. Fulfill all the responsibility toward people, complete and thorough. And mandate one to be just with oneself. In explaining how to achieve justice in these three avenues, with Allah, with others, and with yourself, the scholar said, justice between a person and his Lord must be in word and in deeds. A person must declare in words his thanks to all the blessings and gratitude for all the bounties that Allah bestowed on him. You have to verbally express your thanks. And in deeds, by maintaining the right of Allah over your own rights, and above all your own desires, avoiding what Allah prohibits and residing to all His commands and what He ordained, saying and deeds. With respect to justice between a person and all humanity, also in action and in deeds, in saying, this can be achieved through giving sincere advice, by avoiding betraying others or being dishonest with them in small or big ways. You should thank others for whatever small or big favor they do or accomplish, regardless of their religion or whoever they are, close or distant friends. It is all done it's all done in the name of the best of manners, the best of conduct, and justice with all people, even if they were enemies or foes. To be just is not to ask people to fulfill more than they agreed upon or they can offer, and treat them the way you should be treated or you like to be treated. With respect of being just with self, is to protect self from what would cause its demise of deeds and saying. Protect your own soul. Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala stated in Surah Al-Nazi'at, what can be translated, and had restrained their soul from devilish desires. Restrained their own soul from devilish desires. It is imperative not to associate for self what it does not possess of material possession or moral character, and be satisfied with the truth about self. Don't present yourself but who you are. Not more one that you possess, not more than what you claim of character and truthfulness. Working hard to steer your own soul into the straight path of Allah. That's how you protect yourself. My dear brothers and sisters, the second characteristic which the Prophet Muhammad, peace be upon him, commanded in the hadith is for the believer to establish peace among people. To establish peace among people, all people. Peace means security and goodwill. Security is to spare others your harm. And goodwill is to be in a state of tranquility with your surrounding. Don't go to a peaceful surrounding and act vulgar. And don't go to a vulgar surrounding and to try to act peaceful. Establishing peace with its two meanings, goodwill and security, guarantees safety and well-being for everyone. Peace which does not follow personal desires or limited to family and friends, by extent to all, at all times and everywhere. The three characteristics for the believer to attain, the third characteristic of the word of Muhammad, peace be upon him, is to spend in the path of Allah while personally in need or have limited resources. Being helpful when you need help. Being resourceful for others when you need support yourself. To give out while in need is to put the needs of others before your own, as the circumstance mandate. It is narrated in the Sahih that the Prophet Muhammad, peace be upon him, said what can be translated, the best of charity. The best of charity is the sincere and genuine effort of he who have limited resources. It is not the rich who give a little and it wouldn't make a difference to him. It is for the one who actually have limited resources and being resourceful to others. To spend in the path of Allah by giving in charity while in need or have little money is the highest level of generosity. As giving under these circumstances means more giving when situations change for abundance and riches. This high rank of giving in charity indicate a solid character, indicate complete and unwavering trust in the Almighty Allah, owner of the heavens and the earth, and unwavering knowledge that Allah will provide and compensate more than what was given out. It reflects the strength of giving up on the glitter of this earthly life and what it can offer of deceiving security. It reflects the strength in trusting Allah's promise of forgiveness and unlimited bounties. It reflects the strength of complete denial of the devil's promise of poverty and his whisper of wickedness. Solid application of the guidance of the Quran and the Sunnah of Muhammad, peace be upon him. My dear brothers and sisters in Islam, try to maintain these three characters and hold tight on them. As Imam al-Nawawi said, these three characteristics are the core of Islam: justice, peace, and spending while in need. He who is always conscious of the presence of Allah in his life, conscious awareness that Allah is always aware of you, looking at you, know what you're doing, what you say, and what you accomplish. So he who is always conscious of the presence of Allah in his life, try to fulfill all this obligation toward the Almighty, being just in dealing with others and being just to himself. He attained the utmost of obedience. If you fulfill these three things, you attain the utmost of obedience to the Almighty Allah, and you fulfill your responsibility being a servant that's been given the life that we enjoy today. Implementing peace and spreading tranquility to those who are close or far is among the best of manners and etiquette, if it is free of envy, animosity, arrogance, and looking down on others. Spending in the path of Allah while experiencing limited resources is the ultimate generosity, as Allah commands such a servant and commanded such a servant, saying, they gave them preference over themselves, even though poverty was their own lot, poverty was their own condition, poverty was the way they were actually experiencing. Be that person and live among his community, displaying this three character which hold goodness to all in this life and in the hereafter. Do not say, I cannot change the world in my limited environment, but be the person who accustom his own soul to be generous and righteous regardless of how people act or do. If each one of us in his small environment uphold and practice and implement these characteristics, it will be universal conduct, and behavior will be transformed from one person to another and from one group to another. To put it in simple words, be the change you want to see in the world first. Be the change that you wish to see the world in yourself first. The world will be exactly who you are. The world will be exactly a reflection of who you are. If you see bad, look at yourself first. If you see good, be thankful to Allah. May Allah make us among those who listen, comprehend, and inshallah apply. Another announcement, if you give me your attention for a couple of minutes, and we're going to repeat this announcement every week until inshallah the complaints of our volunteers stop. Our volunteers suffer abuse of other Muslim brothers in the parking lot, in the entrance, coming into the masjid. So please, always remember, these volunteers are not paid. They are here for Allah's sake and to make sure that we look good as Muslim in our surrounding, in our environment. Same thing with cleanliness of this masjid. This masjid is a reflection of Islam in a non-Muslim country. So participate. If you see a piece of paper on the ground, please pick it up, put it where it belongs. In the old days, they know to the roads, to the masjid by its cleanliness. When they see a road that is clean, the end of the road, they know there is a masjid. We are ambassador of Islam, and let us be, insha'Allah, that good ambassador. Assalamu alaikum.